right now, live at 5.
The House Select Committee investigating the attack on the U.S. Capitol is gearing up for a primetime hearing, laying out what they discovered. I'm Skylar Henry on Capitol Hill, previewing what to expect tonight.
Plus, our Northland congressmen defend their decision to vote against a major gun violence prevention bill and highlight what they think will keep schools safe instead. But first,
Twin Ports nurses expressed their concerns with ongoing contract negotiations. What's next? Coming up.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Kristen is off tonight. Twin Ports nurses are demanding better pay and benefits, something they say could force them to strike if contract negotiations keep going south. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham was there today as a group of nurses announced their plans to picket. He shares more on their steps going forward.
According to the nurses who are a part of the Minnesota Nurses Association Union, ongoing contract negotiations with Essentia and St. Luke's are not going well. They say until the hospitals meet with them with a better offer, they might be forced to take more drastic measures.
So today, the nurses of Essentia Twin Ports are announcing our 10-day notice of an intent to conduct an informational picket. We hope management will listen.
Today, nurses from both Essentia and St. Luke's hospitals announced they'll be picketing in the coming weeks if negotiations remain stagnant. While not yet a strike, picketing means nurses who are off the clock will be out on the streets publicly stating their demands. Nurses cited the physical, mental, and emotional toll the pandemic has taken on them over the last 2 years. They allege their contracts weren't ideal before, but the pandemic only highlighted the need for better pay and benefits. Chris Rubesh, a member of Essentia's negotiating team, says the standoff is frustrating, especially given the work they've put in recently.
We brought forward to the table many proposals that we felt are completely reasonable and prioritize patient care, patient safety, and planning for future pandemics, and management is just not interested in engaging with us on those proposals.
After their announcement, nurses were supposed to negotiate at 9 with hospital executives, but the time was pushed back to 9:30, so nurses knocked on the executive's door to demonstrate the support and numbers they have. There are still a number of negotiation meetings left on the calendar, but M&A reps tell us they hope to reach a solution before anything escalates beyond a picket. If the contract isn't settled by its expiration date, which is June 30th, the union could then authorize a strike. Nurses would have at least 10 days between that vote and the strike, and hospital management would have to find a way to fill their staff during an M&A strike.
All right, thank you, Quinn. We did reach out to both Essentia and St. Luke's today. Both responded with statements. Essentia said they respect their nurses and the role they play, adding that they'll keep negotiating to reach an agreement that works for everyone. Meanwhile, St. Luke's spokespeople had said they're disappointed in the plans to picket, but they'll still keep up what they called good faith negotiations. Meanwhile, it was an historic Wednesday night in Northwest Wisconsin as the Bayfield County Board and Red Cliff Tribal Council met for the first time since 2015. A major milestone was reached during that meeting as Red Cliff claimed ownership of all tribal land previously held by the county. The reservation now encompasses more than 15,000 acres. The two groups also expressed interest in continued collaboration and agreed to meet more frequently. They also agreed to work together to protect water resources. At one point, the two sides exchanged gifts. Tonight, the House January 6th committee goes prime time. The first of several new public hearings will lay out findings from an investigation into the U.S. Capitol assault. The committee chairman says they will present, quote, significant information to the public to digest. Meanwhile, House Republicans are calling it a, quote, political circus, and they've announced their own investigation into the committee itself. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with more.
Almost a year and a half after mobs of demonstrators violently stormed the U.S. Capitol, the special committee investigating the attack will begin laying out its case.
There's a lot of questions: who's responsible, who's involved. I'm not going to make a judgment on that. A lot of Americans are going to be seeing for the first time some of the detail.
The committee has completed more than 1,000 interviews and gathered over 140,000 records in the lead up to tonight's hearing, which will feature testimony from British documentarian Nick Quested, who was embedded with the right-wing extremist group the Proud Boys on January 6th. Also testifying is U.S. Capitol Police Officer Carolyn Edwards, who suffered a traumatic brain injury during the attack. Sergeant Aquilino Gonell says he has an obligation to be in the room.
My colleagues, some of them they were hurt, injured, more than 140. 5 of them already perished.
Speaker Pelosi put 2 Republicans on the 9-member committee, but House GOP leaders call the panel illegitimate and say they're working on an alternative report.
It's a political-driven committee.
So far, top House Republican Kevin McCarthy and several other GOP lawmakers have refused to cooperate with the committee's investigation. 4 top former Trump administration aides have been held in contempt of Congress. 2 of them, Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro, are awaiting criminal prosecution. Meanwhile, federal law enforcement have made more than 800 arrests in connection to the assault, including Michigan GOP candidate for governor Ryan Kelly, arrested this morning on misdemeanor charges. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
As we mentioned, tonight's hearings will air in prime time. You can watch it right here on CBS starting at 7. We do want to warn viewers, though, that the program is live and unedited, so there may be graphic images and language. Meanwhile, a federal judge dismissed a lawsuit against 3 Wisconsin Republicans over their alleged roles in that insurrection. The suit alleged Congressman Tom Tiffany and Scott Fitzgerald and U.S. Senator Ron Johnson helped incite the chaos that day. In doing so, the plaintiffs claim all 3 violated a clause in the Constitution which prevents anyone who's taken part in insurrection from holding a federal office. But the judge said the lawsuit was not procedurally proper. Dave joins us now for a look at the weather. The nice sun today sounds like that's made a bit of an improvement in the fight against flooding.
Yeah, it did. Around the Aiken area near the Mississippi, where every spring they seem to have a flood warning for about a month, it's finally been dropped. National Weather Service let that slide. But we still have the flood warning up north in our neck of the woods to talk about. So we'll take a look at that zone here. And yep, indeed, the flood warning from International Falls towards Crane Lake remains in effect until further notice. So, of course, travelers in those zones are asked to be very cautious while driving in case the roadways are underwater. Then the rest of the Minnesota Arrowhead through tonight still faces a near critical fire danger alert. And with dry weather expected tomorrow, it may go again tomorrow, but there's a slight chance for a change on Saturday. Here's the upper Midwest Doppler map. And high pressure has us right now, which is going to make it sunny through our Friday, but that low pressure to the west could make it a little bit stormy and a little bit rainy on Saturday, and which could dent the problem just a little bit. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low near 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and 74. That's about 4 degrees warmer than normal. Well, what will temperatures do when the clouds start to thicken on Saturday? They could go down, and I'll talk about for how long that might happen in just a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, another day, another farmer's market, when people near Spooner can shop those summertime deals coming up in City by City.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel alignment, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Plus, with Ford Blue Advantage, get our 14-day or 1,000-mile money-back guarantee to ensure peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you by your Ford dealer.
Did the moon really fill the entire night sky? Was the food made by an alchemist? And the streets filled with music? Could we reach up and touch the stars in this world that felt so intimately ours? Were these experiences out of this world? Or did they just feel otherworldly? And is there any difference? Explore Minnesota.
Celebrate the dad or grad in your life with a gift from Numi Jewelers. Come shop with us.
True love is guaranteed at Newmy Jewelers.
When it comes to your next home project, hit a grand slam with your home improvement company. Your home improvement company is Minnesota's MVP contractor. They're great about touching base throughout your project. They aced my window replacement job, and their service is so good you might get a little choked up. Your home improvement company is on deck and ready to step up to the plate. They're the clutch contractor in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a knuckleball. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
Looking for a new garage? Maybe a home or cabin shell? Call Economy Garages to make your visions a reality. With over 40 years experience and over 9,000 buildings built for your friends and neighbors, you can trust us to get the job done right.
Call Economy Garages when you want it done right.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look from the Eagle Cam. Researchers say E1 is growing up right on track, and she's been venturing to branches near the nest. And they say it could be any day now that she takes off for her first flight. Fun to watch for sure, and fun to watch her grow up too. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first we'll take a look around the region. New accessibility options for those filing for unemployment in Minnesota and road construction near Betty's Pies will cause a few closures next week. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Spooner tonight, where their farmers market is gearing up for opening day. The fun starts this Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon, and the market runs each Saturday until October 1st. This weekend's lineup features more than 30 vendors selling local produce and homemade goods. New this year, the market will actually be flipped from their usual setup, with the vendors now being closest to the building. Organizers say this should mean more room for parking. Next, we head to Minnesota, where new accessibility options for those looking for unemployment insurance. In the past week, the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development upgraded their application pages to now be available in 4 languages. In addition to English, you can also access the documents in Hmong, Somali, and Spanish. More than 800,000 Minnesotans experienced unemployment during the pandemic, and this will now allow more people to access critical resources. And we wrap up tonight in 2 harbors, where residents and travelers will see road closures beginning Monday. The intersection of Highway 61 and Lake County Road 3 will be closed starting the 13th all the way through Saturday, June 18th. There will be no traffic impacts on Highway 61, but for those traveling on County Road 3, there will be detours to County Road 2 and Fors Road. Betty's Pies has been documenting the bridge work, as you can see here. The project is expected to be fully complete by next summer. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. And additionally, it's also time to start thinking about Grandma's Marathon. If you have a favorite runner you want to cheer on, send us an email to comments@cbs3duluth.com, and we'll give them a special shout out during next week's shows. Still to come on Live at 5, we'll be joined in studio by Dixie the Dalmatian and Jared from Range Regional Animal Rescue to talk all things adoption. Stay with us.
Today was sunny, dry, and 76 degrees over the hill in the Twin Ports. That helped drive the threat of wildland fires for northern Minnesota. There's a chance that could stick around through tomorrow before rain comes to the rescue, or at least tries to on Saturday. I'll talk about how much could fall and what the whole weekend forecast holds coming up right after that break.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Hold on to your napkins, cheeseburger fans. DQ is taking taste buds for an all-out flavor ride with the new signature stack burger menu featuring 5 mouth-wowing cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. Like the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 amazing premium sauces. And the spicy flamethrower stack burger with oh hello jalapeno bacon. So tell your taste buds to buckle up and try the new DQ signature stack burger menu today. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ, happy tastes good.
Art
is broad, it's big. It's from working with stone, it's from working with wood, it's from working with birch, it's from working with paint and acrylics and markers and pencils. And I mean, it's all of the above, eh? And so when we think of artwork, it's the expression of creativity. It's a thought that we then bring to life.
DeBose hosts the 75th Annual Tony Awards with appearances by Bryan Cranston, Andrew Garfield, Jennifer Hudson, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Tony Shalhoub, RuPaul Charles, Cheetah Rivera, Jessica Chastain, Tony Goldwyn, Lawrence Fishburne, Skylar Astin, Nathan Lane, Utkarsh Ambakar, Samuel L. Jackson, and many more. The 75th Annual Tony Awards, live Sunday on CBS.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
You might be seeing these signs around a little bit more often in the coming weeks. We tell you why coming up.
A couple of places up north got a few showers today. Otherwise, it's going to dry up for Friday.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3. CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
This afternoon, we had a 20% chance for showers to pop up in the northern parts of Minnesota, and they did tickle parts of Cook County. This is a live look at what's going on in Grand Portage right now. And of course, an hour ago, there were raindrops on the lens. And if you look at the roadways, well, it looks like there's still a little bit wet perhaps in spots. But that's as far as the rain went today, and now it's going to dry up, and that, of course, is going to keep the fire danger up for Minnesotans, at least tonight, if not through tomorrow. Once we get into the weekend, some rain could be coming to call for all zones on Saturday, and that should hopefully put a dent in the troubles. Right now, well, it is beautiful out there. A lot of sunshine at the airport in Duluth. Current temp is 72. North-northwest wind at 9 miles per hour isn't blowing off too many folks' hats. Relative humidity, though, at 28% is low, and that's why the fire danger is high. Barometric pressure is at 29.91, and our current regional temperatures away from the lake in northern Minnesota are running about 70 to 75 degrees. The normal is 70. Down towards Moose Lake and Barnum and Willow River, it's 77 degrees. Up the North Shore, we're looking at a lot of 70s, but a couple of 50s and 60s as well. Into Wisconsin, we go where it's upper 60s by the lake, and on La Pointe, surrounded by the lake. Gets as warm as 76 towards Hayward, 74 in Superior, lower 70s for the UP. This trend in temperatures will be similar to this for the week ahead, though for the weekend, when we get the rain chance, the temps could drop into the upper 60s. From low 70s to upper 60s, not a huge difference, but just be aware that it could happen. Today, we were aware that it could happen, that rain showers would pop up in northern parts of Minnesota. And yeah, some sprinkles did fire up around Cook County. Otherwise, fairly dry, fairly sunny, will be that way through tomorrow. But then things start to change for the weekend as our high pressure system slips away and a low pressure system advancing from the west brings in a 60% chance for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Should already be gone by Sunday, but in its wake, this low could leave rain totals that look like only about 1/10 of an inch or so up near the Canadian border, at least for some towns. If that half-inch pays off for International Falls, that'll be too much there, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. Could be around a half-inch for the Iron Range and for the Twin Ports. And getting into northern Wisconsin and the UP could run from as little as a 1/4 inch from Watersmeet to about 1.5 inches for Hayward. So this chart, frankly, is updated since I last looked at it. It's gotten a lot more juicy. Tune in at 6. We'll see if it changes back again. But just be ready. It could be rainy on Saturday before things dry up again on Sunday. Tonight in Minnesota, low temps in the 40s to 50 with a partly cloudy sky. And for Wisconsin, Michigan, mid to upper 40s with a partly cloudy sky. And that gives way to a mostly sunny sky above Wisconsin and Michigan tomorrow with highs from 72 to 77. Minnesota numbers could run from 68 by the lake to 75 inland, mostly sunny. And again, mostly sunny turns to cloudy with a 60% chance for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Dries up again on Sunday, but another round of showers and storms could be with us Monday night and Tuesday. That batch there is a sign that some of them could become severe. I think the Saturday round will be a little bit more benign. Now, that wraps up our look at the weather. Now we're going to go to see Briggs Savage with a special four-legged guest.
Yes, a very, very special guest. Two of them, in fact. We have Jared Peterson from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing, and he has brought a very special friend with him, too. Jared, who is this sweet girl here with us?
This is Dixie. She is a just over 1-year-old Dalmatian. She just had her birthday on May 20th.
Oh, happy birthday, Dixie.
But yeah, she's just over 40 pounds. She's putting on some weight as she's a little thin right now. But yeah, she came to us back in March. And she was a owner surrender, but that was because of food aggression, which is more commonly known as resource guarding, which basically, I'll kind of give you a little gist of that. But resource guarding is just what it's called, guarding resources. So most commonly food, which with her was food aggression.
Oh, there gets a treat.
So as you can see, she's obviously not nearly as aggressive with food as she used to be, but I've been working with her on that for quite a while. But she...
what are some things she likes to do?
She is very energetic, as most Dalmatians are. They're very active. That's why they're used as like firefighting dogs and things like that, but they have a lot of energy, a lot of drive for sure.
So what, maybe if someone was interested in adopting Dixie, how could they work more at home with her on those resource guarding skills?
So basically, a big thing I do is hand feeding. So kind of like I've been doing here, not with just treats, but like you'll see I'll have food in my hand. Like, so I'll put her food in a measuring cup, and then I'll feed it to her with my hand instead of using a bowl, because a lot of times they'll end up guarding the bowl more than the food, where so a lot of people might end up getting bit, things like that, especially kids. People will let their kids around dogs that have resource guarding issues.
Would she do well with a dog in another home, or would she best be on her own?
Definitely on her own.
Okay.
She does not like other dogs, definitely not other cats. So she's definitely one dog kind of home, and that is because of like that food aggression. But she's so much better with people. But yeah, hand feeding is a big one. And
she looks like she really enjoys taking treats right on your hand. So what should people know if they're interested in the Dalmatian breed? You mentioned they've got a lot of energy. What should people be prepared for?
Yeah, they are not couch potato dogs. Definitely don't expect like I mean, they're definitely cuddle with you on the couch when the day is done, but they need to move. They're not just going to be an apartment dog, kind of sit around in the kennel all day kind of a thing. And they need to get out, they need to run, they need to swim, they need to do something active.
Okay.
And that'll definitely get stimulate them physically and mentally is a big thing. And that's where hand feeding can kind of come in too, because you can help train them with that kind of a thing and get them to learn commands and things like that.
Yeah, well, plenty of lakes for Dixie to swim in here in Minnesota and Wisconsin if you want to take her home. Jared and Dixie, thank you guys so much for being here today. It was wonderful to meet you, Miss Dixie, and we hope you find your forever home soon.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after the break, and we'll have more information about where you can adopt Dixie and the number you can call. That number is actually on your screen. It's also going to be on our website, too. We'll be right back.
Kick off summer in the Northland with a quote for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. Until June 30th, receive 20% off your entire window and patio door project, including the cost of installation. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years financing. Now's the time to get those new windows and doors. With installations done by our Renewal by Andersen certified master installer crews, you can sit back, relax, and know the job will be done right. Don't wait. This kickoff to summer sale ends June 30th. Call today to book your free quote. Visit northlandrba.com for details.
We wanted to trade in the camper that we had and get something different. Everybody was very friendly. They answered all your questions, and we made a trade. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to go camping.
Duluth Pack is the oldest canvas and leather pack and bag maker in the United States of America. Nobody else can say that. We are the one. This year, in 2022, we are celebrating our 140th consecutive year in business. Duluth Pack, being a historic company, has been here a long time, and we are so excited for the next 140 years.
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating, frightened, because I had no control.
And the ways identity thieves can steal and use your information are constantly evolving.
Someone used my information to open up bank accounts in my name. It was terrifying, not knowing what was out there and what had been opened.
Watching your accounts or monitoring your credit may not be enough, but protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, sends you an alert.
It was a big yes or a big no button. I clicked "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you are a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you. I don't know what I would have done without my restoration specialist.
And you'll be covered by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds, personal expenses, and coverage for lawyers and experts if needed.
With the $1 Million Protection Package, I know LifeLock has me covered.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity, but now it's easy to help protect yourself.
I realized identity theft can happen to anybody, so that's why I signed up for LifeLock.
Join the millions of people already protected by LifeLock, and for a limited time, save 25% with promo code 25TV. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here. Call 1-800-483-5529 or go to lifelock.com/25TV and use promo code 25TV to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
The U.S. House passed the Protecting Our Kids Act last night, sending new gun violence prevention measures onto the Senate. Our Northland representatives voted against it. The legislation would raise the legal age to buy certain semi-automatics from 18 to 21. It would also up punishment for things like gun trafficking. Congressman Tom Tiffany of Northwest Wisconsin voted against it, calling the bill rushed and partisan. Instead, he's pushing the Prosecutors Need to Prosecute Act. Tiffany says that plan would require prosecutors to report how often they follow through on holding criminals charged with violent crimes accountable. He pointed to the deadly Waukesha parade incident.
6 people dead, 60 injured. How? With a guy that had a rap sheet that had felonies, misdemeanors, statutory rape, resisting arrest, strangulation on his sheet, and he was out on $1,000 bail.
You'll remember Darrell Brooks drove through the Waukesha parade. He did not use a gun. Representative Pete Stauber also voted against the Protect Our Kids Act. We'll hear from him tonight at 10.
Here's what we're working on tonight, a political bombshell here in Washington as the House committee investigating the deadly January 6th riot will hold its first prime-time hearing. Our new reporting tonight, and we'll have full coverage on the CBS Evening News and on CBS at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. When joint pain or injury becomes too much to bear, turn to Essentia Health's expert team to keep you moving forward.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Gutter Helmet has proven to be the best for over 40 years with our patented design that keeps debris out while allowing water to flow freely through your gutters. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. We guarantee performance with a triple lifetime warranty, and we have the reviews to prove it. Don't wait to secure the value of your home. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You saw high commission investment products, right?
Nope. Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Hey neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet?
Trim your hedge.
It's $50 a month with no price hikes.
Bam!
If It runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network. So all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it. I switched to T-Mobile home internet, and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we heard from nurses with the Minnesota Nurses Association who say they're preparing to picket as contract negotiations continue. The union is asking for better pay and better benefits. If demands are not met, the group says going on strike is not off the table. And tonight at 6, the owner of the Palace Bar in Superior has decided not to renew the establishment's liquor license. This comes after months of trouble at that popular spot. Tonight we hear from Superior Police how they plan to keep the violence from spreading somewhere else. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.